Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Brandon. I am an acting coach and I make reaction videos here on YouTube to music performances, live and recorded, to TV and film and streaming series from the internet, as well as to feature films. A lot of times it's horror movies because you guys seem to love me scream and I suck at watching horror movies. I only bring that up because this last episode of Doctor Who that I just finished is really kind of touching, as Doctor Who seems to be doing often on kind of the horror genre. Luckily, it's very camp, so it's a little easier to handle than a lot of horror stuff, but it's still a little more than than I like sometimes. But I am jumping right into another Doctor Who reaction. I'm trying to get through this first series, and it just ended on the craziest cliffhanger. It was Jackie Tyler is cowering on the floor beneath one of these big monster alien things. Rose, along with Harriet Jones, is watching one of them throttle one of the people from the government or whatever, and they're not in a good spot. The doctor's getting electrocuted. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how they're going to get out of all this, but I'm not about to sit around and just wait for like days and days before I go. I'm jumping right into the next one right now. So we're getting into the second episode of Doctor Who for the day today. So for all those of you Whovians, just know that I'm watching these back to back. So if I miss things or whatever, I haven't really had time to digest the last episode, but I am excited to find out what's going to happen. I was right about the crash landing being a hoax. I was even kind of right about it being a false flag type of deal. It just was a false flag type of deal by the aliens, not by the government, but the aliens have now infiltrated the government. And I guess if I understood right, the whole plan was to gather together whoever is considered to be like alien experts that the government would turn to in the time of an invasion so that humanity won't have a defense, I guess. And they're probably going to get, I would assume they're going to get more than they bargained for with the doctor being there. But again, right now he's on his knees being electrocuted. So I don't know, does he have any special powers? Is he like extra strong or resilient? His species, I mean, they've been living forever. Surely they're not quite as fragile as we humans are, but he was on his knees. So I don't know. The flatulence is a bit much for me. That's a little weird. This, I do remember somebody telling me that back when this first started, the classic Who episodes, that it was legitimately started as a children's program. And I can definitely see that even today, whether you want to consider it paying homage to or paying respect to that beginning, they're definitely still sort of, I don't know, kind of hinting at that fact. It's not really a kid's show anymore, not from what I've seen, but they certainly still seem to like to poke and say, hey, you know, this started as a kid's show. Remember, this was a kid's show. This is what we did. It was camp. It was fun. It was, I guess, a little bit educational, but it's certainly not a kid's show anymore. But like I said, it seems like they still kind of like harken back to that out of respect, maybe every now and then. I'm rambling a little bit. I'm a little nervous to see what's going to happen to the crew. So I guess we should just jump into it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Check the description for my social media links. I'm hardly on those, but you'll also find a link to my Patreon where you will find the full unedited reactions to this series. Probably the entire first series is up by the time you're seeing this on YouTube. I also have reactions, full-length reactions to several other TV and streaming series, as well as other films. A lot of horror stuff over there because, I mean, apparently that's what people like to see. They like to see me jump out of my skin a bunch. It's fun for you guys, I guess, and you know, it's tolerable for me. You will also find unaltered versions of music reactions when I do have to put up text overlays or alter the audio here on YouTube to protect myself from copyright. You'll find the unaltered version over there on the mixtape tier or in the tier for that particular artist. So if that's something you're interested in, come over and check that out. If you're confused at all about which tier to jump into, just sign up for the Just for Support tier for just $3. Send me a message and I will be more than happy to help you kind of figure out where would be the best place for you to get the most bang for your buck. I do appreciate the support of all my patrons, everybody who is supporting me through Patreon, YouTube memberships, PayPal, Jump the Line requests. You guys are keeping this going. You're keeping me afloat. My family thanks you, and I definitely thank you, because without that support, this would not be feasible for me to do. I would not be able to put my time and energy into this. So you are the guys making this happen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now let's jump into this. This is Doctor Who Series 1, Episode 5, World War III. Not the most encouraging title. Come on, it's like you're not even trying. I don't really need the recap today.
Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North.
MP for Flydale North. I like her a lot. I really want Jackie to be okay.
Humans, maybe.
Yeah, so he is tougher. He is a little more resilient. Oh, he just shocked the one and it got the both of them. That's kind of cool. But how are we going to save Jackie? Because we're going to save Jackie, right? We have to save Jackie. Guys, how are we saving Jackie? Billie Piper is quickly becoming an actress that I feel like I need to find. Like I need to search up her work and see what else she's been in, because she's impressing the crap out of me right now. Oh, it's getting all of them. Okay, that's convenient. That's great. I mean, that's great. I guess maybe they're connected through technology. It looks like it's originating in those collars, so maybe it's like shorting them out and they're all connected. That would make sense, I guess, as much as any of this makes sense.
Jackie!
It's Ricky. Save her, Ricky. Don't hit it. Just run, okay? I wouldn't even do that. Just grab her and run. Seriously, dude? It's gonna look like a costume. It's gonna look fake on that phone.
Where you been? I called for help. I sounded the alarm.
I think they're all dead.
No, really?
He did it. That man there.
Fair enough.
They're really just not good at their job at all, are they?
Execute this man.
The thing is, if I was going to execute someone, don't stand them against the lid.
Are you just? They really suck at their job. Everybody sucks at their job. Oh, those are genius hiding places. Nobody will ever look for them there.
Shoot on sight.
Will you hear him move out?
Yeah, just wave that gun around. Just wave it all around with your finger on the trigger. This is so bad. This is so bad.
I'm getting poisoned by the gas exchange. I need to be naked. Your body is magnificent.
Oh, a little romance brewing between the two. We're not gonna get like naked alien lovemaking, right? I don't want to see that. Please no. I don't want to see that. They're in the best hiding places ever. You will never ever find them.
Let me kiss you better. Kiss you with my big green.
Are we gonna get naked alien lovemaking? I don't want to see it, please. With her big green lips. I don't want to see it. Oh, could you imagine the sound that they'd make? Never mind. I shouldn't have said. Oh, no, don't imagine. No, don't imagine. Whoa. I made a mistake.
My brother. The more you prolong it, the more they stink.
Oh, so they know where she is. Like, they can smell her.
Ripe youngster. Fresh enough to bend before she snaps.
No! Be fast!
Wow. Okay, Harriet.
Out with me! Who the hell are you?
Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North.
To get to the cabinet room.
Those protocols are in there.
Harriet Jones, I like you.
And I like you too.
I like her too. I really do. I hope we see her again. I hope she doesn't die. I've noticed a disturbing trend. People who help the Doctor and Rose tend to end up dead if they're good people. And Harriet Jones is definitely good people. That's so cool. I want one of those.
One more move and my sonic device will triplicate the flammability of this alcohol. Woof! We all go up. Who exactly are the Slitheen?
They're aliens.
Yes, I got that, thanks.
Who are you if not human?
He's not human, but he's got a northern accent.
Lots of planets have a north.
I said hush, so you're a family.
A family business.
Then you're out to make a profit. How can you do that on a godforsaken rock?
Real estate.
Don't you think we should run?
Fascinating history, Downing Street. 1796, this was the cabinet room. End of lesson.
Oh.
Installed in 1991. 3 inches of steel lining every single wall.
How do we get out?
Well, some secrets are worth knowing, though.
Someone of the family, it's time we finished with this insane planet for good.
What is their end game if they're out to make a profit? First thing I think of is real estate. Maybe they want to raise the planet and then sell it as barren real estate, like ready to be terraformed. I don't want to say that's what I would do, but it makes sense.
That's Group Captain Tennant James of the RAF, though why he's been summoned we've no idea.
I don't know what the RAF is.
And that is Sylvia Delane, chairman of the North Sea Boating Club. Quite what connects all these people, we have no idea.
They must be going crazy not getting any answers.
Got anything stronger?
No chance. I've seen you when you've had a few. This ain't time for a conga. Who do we trust? I mean, this is what he does, Jax. That doctor bloke. Everywhere he goes, death and destruction, and he's got Rose in the middle of it. But like it or not, he's the only person who knows how to fight these things.
I thought I was gonna die.
One of the things that I've come to like about this show here in just the first few early episodes is how it doesn't really shy away from allowing its characters to feel what's happening in the moment. A lot of the times with really fantastical TV shows, you forget to as well. So it's not always something that like ruins the show, but you don't always see characters taking a minute and really letting the reality of a moment sink in, like the reality, the way we would see it in actual reality, right? They sort of go along with the fantastical and crazy things that are happening in a way that almost minimizes it and keeps it from feeling too real or too human. But in this show, oftentimes we see, like we've seen it many times with Rose, her really stopping and taking a moment to think about the implications of some of the things that she's seeing and experiencing. And I really like it a lot. And I like the moments like this where Jackie is taking a second, you know, like she almost died just now. Like she was about to die. She thought she was going to die. She likely was going to die. And that's incredibly traumatic. It's something that needs to be acknowledged and dealt with on an emotional level. And I mean, Ricky kind of sucks at it. Obviously, I'll go back and we'll see that pitiful attempt at a hug again. But she needs to take this second to deal with the reality of the situation, and they're not shying away from that. They actually let it happen. I really like that a lot. I didn't totally buy that cry though. I just didn't.
And he's still out there, Mickey. That policeman.
Rose is much better at that, or has been so far.
Right, you head off. Inform control, I have one or two things that still need doing.
I think that might be the first time that I've seen a moment in a performance on this show that I thought didn't really do it for me, actually.
What was his name?
Who?
This one, the secretary or whatever he was called.
I don't know. I talked to him. I bought him a cup of coffee. I never asked his name.
Sorry.
I also do really like the way the Doctor, despite all his craziness and his seemingly flippant attitude about things, he seems to really respect life.
The Slovenia are about 8 feet. How do they squeeze inside?
That's the device around their necks. That's why there's all that gas. It's a big exchange.
Wish I had a compression field. I could fit a size smaller.
Excuse me. People are dead. This is not the time for making jokes.
Sorry. You get used to this stuff when you're friends with him.
Harriet Jones. I've heard that name before. Harriet Jones. Rings a bell. Harriet Jones.
Lifelong backbencher, I'm afraid, and a fat lot of use I'm being now. The protocols are redundant.
Hasn't it got, like, defence codes and things? Couldn't we just launch a nuclear bomb at them?
You're a very violent young woman.
I'm serious.
No, that's not.
Nuclear strikes do need a release code, yes, but it's kept secret by the United Nations.
Are they actually after the launch codes? That feels like an American storyline.
Atomic weapons without a special resolution from the UN. And I voted against that, thank you very much. The codes have been taken out of the government's hands and given to the UN.
Wait a minute.
What do they want, though?
They're out to make money. That means they want to use something. Something here on Earth. Some kind of asset.
Like what?
Harriet Jones. Why do I know that name?
Oh, that's me.
But we're sealed off. How did you get...
Just a quick question. If anybody out there who's watching this who knows more about world affairs than me, the British government, is she saying, is that true? Does the United Nations, or did the United Nations have control of the launch codes of Britain's nuclear weapons? And is that normal? Because she said United Nations, not the EU. She didn't say European Union. She said the United Nations. Do they still? Because I know that they're not a part of the EU anymore, or at least that's what I think. I know that has nothing to do with the show. It just really struck me. That really struck me as strange. Really? That would never happen here. Give up control like that? The American ego would not allow it. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, if you know anything about that, dude, let me know. Shoot me a link if you don't want to tell me where I can check it out. But that's just crazy to me.
But we're sealed off. How did you get a signal?
He zapped it. Superphone. It's Mickey.
Oh, tell your stupid boyfriend we're busy.
Yeah, he's not so stupid after all.
And more to the point, it wanted to kill us.
I could have died. Is she all right, though? Don't put her on, just tell me.
Is that Ricky? It's Mickey, and why should I?
Mickey the idiot. I might just choke before I finish this sentence, but I need you.
So what's that website?
All the secret information known to mankind. See, they've known about aliens for years.
He's a cartoon, man. Goodness.
Big Ben. Why did the Slovene go and hit Big Ben?
Slovenia hiding, but then they put the entire planet on red alert. What would they do that for?
Oh, listen to her.
Oh, at least I'm trying. I told you what happened.
I'm talking to him. Because I've seen this life of yours, Doctor. But you tell me.
Is she
Is
safe?
my daughter safe?
Yeah.
Will she always be safe? Can you promise me that? Or what's the answer?
We're in.
Now then, on the left at the top, there's little concentric circles. Click on that. Some sort of message.
Go and see who that is.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Or go and tell them that.
Everybody's being really tacky to Jackie. I don't like it.
Mrs. Tyler.
Yeah. It's 3 in the morning. Who else would it be?
It's the silicone!
They found us.
Get out!
We can't. It's by the front door. Oh my God. Yes, I'm asking.
You're supposed to be the expert. Think of something.
I'm trying.
I'll take it on, Jackie.
I really like Harriet Jones.
That's my mother.
He's trying. He's trying.
Which planet? So, judging by their basic shape, that narrows it down to 5,000 planets. What else do we know about them? Information.
They're green.
Yep, narrows it down.
They can spell adrenaline.
Narrows it down.
The big technology.
Narrows it down.
You said slipstream engine?
Narrows it down.
He's like a computer.
Did you notice? When they fart, if you'll pardon the word, it doesn't just smell like a fart. If you'll pardon the word, it's something else. What is it?
I love her so much.
It's calcium decay. Now that narrows it down.
We're getting there, Mum.
No, they'll help you. They'll get it. They'll get it. They'll figure it out.
Organic calcium.
They're going to be helped by kitchen spices, right?
Yes! That narrows it down to one planet. Raxicoricophalopatorius!
Raxicoricophalopatorius. Did I say it right? If I said it right, oh my God, you guys better subscribe. Good thing they're in the kitchen.
Calcium, we can buy the compression coil. Acetic acid, vinegar.
Just like Hannibal.
Just like Hannibal.
Cover by the sink, middle shelf.
Oh, yeah, what do you need?
Anything with vinegar.
Gherkins! Yeah, pickled onion!
Yeah, pickled things.
Extraterrestrial events came here tonight, but the news I bring you now is grave indeed. The experts are dead. Our inspectors have searched the sky above our heads, and they have found massive weapons of destruction.
How would they know that?
Unless we strike first. I beg of the United Nations, give us the access codes. Planet Earth is at war.
They want the whole world panicking because you lot, you get scared, you lash out.
They release the defense codes.
And the Slovene go nuclear. You get the codes, release the missiles.
He just has no care. He just opens things. Okay, hold on. So I was right, sort of right from the beginning. And then it turns out they are after the nuclear codes. They want the nuclear weapon. They're probably going to turn them on the planet. I mean, that's the only thing to me that makes any sense. But so I get that it's a British show, but wouldn't it make more sense to do this in America or maybe Russia or China, someplace? I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure all 3 of those nations have much larger stockpile of nukes than the UK, right? Unless they're going to have access to like the entire whatever the UN has access to. I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to get a little more well versed world politics, world governments to really enjoy this show. But it just threw me off because like I've seen kind of this sort of plot before in movies or states, and it makes perfect sense here because we have such a stockpile of nuclear weapons, probably more than anybody knows about, and we're not exactly difficult to provoke. So it makes sense. It's just weird that it's happening in the UK, other than the fact that it's obviously a British television show.
You get the codes, release the missiles. You attack every other country on Earth. They retaliate. World War III, whole planet gets nuked.
And we can sit through it safe in our spaceship waiting in the Thames.
But you'll destroy the planet, this beautiful place. What for?
Profit. That's what the signal is, beaming into space, an advert.
It is real estate.
The molten slag, then sell it. Radioactive chunks, capable of powering every cut-price Starliner and budget cargo ship.
Okay, not exactly real estate.
People are buying cheap. This rock becomes raw fuel.
At the cost of 5 billion lives. Then I give you a choice. Leave this planet, or I'll stop you.
He does that too, right? He gives choices. Like he gives you an opportunity.
You?
Yes. Me.
Look at that look on his face, though. Yeah, you should be scared, lady. I believe you should be scared. But I do like that he gives them an option, a choice. Like I said, I think he has a real respect for life in all its forms, it seems like.
Oh, look at that! The telephone is actually red.
How long till they phone? Counting down.
I like that there's just a collection of Skittles. on the table.
You just get out of here.
There's always been a way out.
Then why don't we use it?
Because I can't guarantee your daughter will be safe.
Don't you dare.
That's the thing. If I don't dare, everyone dies.
Do it.
You don't even know what it is. You just let me.
Yeah.
Please, she's my daughter. She's just a kid.
Do you think I don't know that? Because this is my life, Jackie. It's not fun, it's not smart, it's just standing up and making a decision. Because nobody else will.
Then what are you waiting for?
I could save the world but lose you.
Well, that attachment has grown
Except it's not your decision.
quickly.
Except it's not your decision, Doctor. It's mine.
Who the hell are you?
Harriet Jones, MP for Flydale North. And on behalf of the people, I command you. Do it.
This has got to be my least favorite part of this episode, is seeing this over and over again.
The council is voting. The result should be known any second now.
Use the Buffalo password. It overrides everything.
What are you doing?
Hacking into the Royal Navy.
Right, we need to select a missile.
We can't go nuclear, we don't have the defense codes.
We don't need it. All we need is an ordinary missile.
I could stop you.
Do it then.
These are just ordinary people.
Yeah.
Just ordinary people. Look at them making choices. This is maybe my favorite episode so far.
The world is in your hands.
Is he going to blow up the spaceship, maybe? The one in the tents? There's just a big red button in the middle of the screen that says fire, like a video game.
How solid are these?
Not solid enough.
All right. Now I'm making the decision. I'm not going to die. We're going to ride this one out. Now, this cupboard's small, so it's strong. Come and help me.
Is that a thing? Can that work or help? I don't know. The doctor didn't seem too impressed.
They are releasing the codes.
Damn you.
Everybody else, no! No!
What the hell is that for?
He's just gonna open the door and find a whole bunch of aliens.
Sorry.
Wrong room. See, they're like cartoons.
Everybody run!
Really just flinging that gun everywhere.
Nice knowing you both.
I thought he was trying to blow up the ship. Dude just blew up 10 Downing Street.
Architect of Britain's golden age.
Crisis!
Well, good for her.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have something to say to you all.
That means we'll see her again, right? I really like her.
Stands tall, proud, and undefeated.
Yeah, that would really boost her popularity, wouldn't it? Yeah, Jackie just isn't built for this, I don't think.
Harriet Jones. Who does she think she is? My daughter saved the world.
I think the doctor helped a bit.
All right, then. Him too. You should be given knighthoods.
It's not the way he does things. It's not that bad if you gave him a chance.
I reckon I've got no choice. There's no getting rid of him since you're infatuated.
I'm not infatuated.
I was going to do shepherd's pie. All of us. Proper sit down. I'm ready to listen. I want to learn about you and that life you lead. For all I know, he eats grass and safety pins and things.
You're going to cook for him?
What's wrong with that?
He's finally met his match.
Oh, you're not too old for a slap, you know.
See, I really like Jackie. But they're not going to stick around.
Be a couple of hours, then we can go.
My mother's cooking.
Good. Put her on a slow eat and let her simmer.
She's cooking tea for us.
I don't do that.
She's my mother.
Well, she's not mine.
That's not fair.
Well, you can stay there if you want. But right now, there's this plasma storm brewing in the Horsehead Nebula.
Fires are burning 10 million miles wide.
I could fly the TARDIS right into the heart of it, then ride the shockwave all the way out.
Hurtle right across the sky and end up
Anywhere. Your choice.
Okay, all right. I've talked about this a little bit and I've wondered about it, but that actually felt a little, I really hope I don't step in it here and make it, but that felt a little bit abusive. Like that felt a little bit abusive because what do? You're talking to just ordinary people who live ordinary lives. Of course, that's huge temptation for that. And he says right now, this thing is happening, this plasma storm or whatever, but it's not happening right now. It's happening when it happened. And he can go there whenever he wants. He doesn't have to go right now. He could take an hour and have tea. So first of all, the first thing I think is, well, he's got, this isn't just him being, I'm too busy. I can't, I've got things to do. This is trauma, right? Am I crazy there? I feel like the doctor maybe has some serious trauma because 900 years, you probably would stack up some trauma, but the inability to sit still like that, the really stringent resistance from anything slow or ordinary, or to do that, to describe that to her in that way, after very bluntly and rudely refusing just to stay for dinner, and then giving her essentially an ultimatum and saying, listen, I'm going to go do this amazing, incredible thing across all time and space. You can stay and have tea with your mom, or you can come with me. It's up to you. I'm leaving in an hour. I wonder what she'll choose.
Stay there if you want.
I wanted to go back just a second because look at this expression on her face.
But right now, there's this plasma storm.
Like, besides really illustrating my point really well, look at how well she's acting this.
hurtle right across the sky and end up
Anywhere. Your choice.
Like, he almost looks like a child. Like, there's a part of him that's afraid that she'll say no, and I think there's another part of him that's afraid that she'll say yes. He's not just communicating with her, he's playing games, manipulating her. Her poor mom.
Don't go, sweetheart.
But how can you ask her to stay? Like, oh God, that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart, but how do you...
That's a virus. Put it online. I'll cease to exist.
What do you want to do that for?
Because you're right. I am dangerous. I don't want anybody following me.
Except Rose.
Say that, and then take her with you.
Yeah.
You could look after her.
Good question.
Come with us.
Oh!
I can't. This life of yours, it's just too much. I couldn't do it.
That's crazy that he offered.
Come with us. There's plenty of room.
No chance. He's liability. I'm not having him on board.
We'd be dead without him.
My decision is final.
Good man. I really like him, the doctor. This is complicated, man. I didn't really consider this part of... Is this a big conversation amongst Doctor Who fans? Like the morality of him coming and just giving people this enormous gift, but putting him in such danger. If she's waiting 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
And then the way he did it too, that was really rough. Mickey's just gonna sit there and wait. Look at him. I really didn't expect that one to bring me to tears the way it did. I thought maybe somebody might die, and if they did, then I might get emotional. And it's funny because earlier in the episode, I was commenting that there was a moment of Jackie's acting that I didn't quite vibe with, that I didn't really see, that I just didn't believe it totally. And I stand by that. Remembering it, I didn't quite believe it, that it was that cry, but she really delivers when she's looking Rose in the face. And again, you know, that might be another credit to give to Billy Piper. One time years ago, I was working on an animated short, and I'd teamed up with this graphic artist, and I was casting for the voices, and I was talking to a young woman who had never acted, and she was going to read for the part, and we were reading through the lines, and she was sort of auditioning, and she kept talking about, I really liked her for the part. I thought that she would actually would do a really great job, but she was really hard on herself because she wasn't nailing the emotion of the piece. It was just a little bit, she just needed to be a little concerned, just show some empathy and concern for the person that she was talking. And I was reading the lines to her, and she was reading them back, and they were coming out really flat. But it's actually a conversation that I've had recently. I made the statement to someone that this is not me bragging, but I think it's actually not as difficult as some people make it out to be. I really believe that with the right direction, you can maybe not pull a Meryl Streep worthy or a Daniel Day-Lewis worthy performance, but you can pull a genuine and honest performance out of just about anybody if they're willing to sort of be open to it and just, you know, trust the process. And with this young woman, all I had to do to get her to find that little bit of empathy, because she was actually considering, she was telling me that she thinks she might not want to do this because she couldn't find it. She couldn't figure out how to deliver the line with any emotion to make it sound real, make it feel real for her. And this was outside of her comfort zone. So she was considering, just saying no, deciding that she doesn't want to do it. I really liked her for it. So in order to fix that, what I did was I quickly memorized just 2 lines from the script, and I had her start the dialogue, and I was responding back. And then when it came time for me to simply say something, I can't remember the lines, but it was something that was, you know, sad. Like I was missing something, or I was afraid of something, or I can't remember. Something that required an empathetic response. And rather than just reading it to her blankly, I kind of let the page fall, and I just did my best to just accept that and give her whatever I could emotionally that communicated that I was in pain and that I was afraid. And very naturally, out of her mouth, when the lines came, there was that sense of empathy. And that's a very small sort of anecdote that illustrates that a lot of the time when you get an actor or an actress who may be struggling to connect to a character or a moment, big part of finding that connection can be in their own natural empathy as a human being. And so there might be a thing there between the actress who plays Jackie and the actress who plays Rose, because whenever she's working with Rose specifically, there is there's another level to her performance. Whenever she's talking about, maybe she's a mother in real life, the actress who plays Jackie. And because of that connection with her own children, she can really identify with the idea of being afraid for your children, of not being able to protect them, of them being off somewhere in danger, and there's nothing you can do about it. But whatever the case is, whether it's the look on Rose's face when they're performing together, she might just be a very, very generous scene partner. Whatever the case may be, I really liked Jackie this episode. I really enjoyed her character. I liked what they did with her. I liked how deeply we got to take a look at the emotional toll this last year had on her, and the knowledge of what Rose has been doing, and then knowledge of what Rose will likely be doing, and all the while having to know in the back of her mind that it's going to be very unlikely that she's going to get Rose to stay home. So I think for me, Jackie was sort of the surprise, the standout of this episode. I really enjoyed her. Harriet Jones was great. Love her to death. I'm so glad that we're probably going to get to see more of her, because apparently she becomes prime minister. And other than that, there was a little bit of sort of a little revelation about the Doctor's character. I think that he's more damaged than I had considered in the past, and he lets that affect his decisions when it comes to his companion, as he calls her. I questioned earlier if there was more to his motivation for having people like her come along with him, and now I'm starting to believe that he might just be really lonely. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave me a comment in the comment section, check the description for my social media links, including the Patreon, where you can get full reactions to this and other series, films, music reactions. Thanks so much for being here. For my patrons, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for being here and watching it with me. I really appreciate it. For those of you who support me on YouTube memberships or through PayPal, through Jump the Lines, whatever the case, you guys keep this machine running, so thank you so much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Please remember, as always, to be kind to each other, and most importantly, be kind to yourself.